Assalamu alaikum. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina azaban nar. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli waj'al li waziran min ahli Haruna akhi ushdud bihi azri washriku fi amri kay nusabbihaka kathira wa nazkuraka kathira innaka kunta bina basira. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Sorry for the slight delay, inshallah. So we'll continue with our discussion on the ascension of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, which we concluded. And then this is regarding the splitting of the moon event that happened as a miracle. So we'll continue from the answer that Khadija Beza kind of translated from the Turkish translation. So I posted it here in terms of what that paragraph is. So regarding the splitting of the moon. Right. So I'll read it. The splitting of the moon was demonstrated as evidence of prophethood. It was demonstrated in front of a certain limited group of people who, okay, I don't think I have the right translation here. Did I? Yeah, who heard the call. Yeah, it was demonstrated in front of a certain limited group of people who, having heard the call and the message of the prophet, still denied it. So it was demonstrated, the splitting of the moon was demonstrated in front of a certain limited group of people who, having heard the call and the message of the prophet, still denied that message, basically, right? I would understand it by the message.
No, no,
No?
no. Can you please start? I see. Miracle of the Muhammad that shine. No, who wants? No, where are you reading from?
The answer, the answer, the splitting of the moon was demonstrated as evidence of prophethood.
And
It was demonstrated, so this event of the splitting of the moon was demonstrated in front of a certain limited group of people who, having heard the call, having heard the call and the message of the prophet, still denied the message.
still nereden çıktı? Where did you take the still from? Still, you are saying, why still?
Still after the event.
No,
No?
where is it?
Okay, so
we
basically just denied the message, right?
Yeah. So is it in the text or
No, this was we corrected.
Yeah, we corrected it, but in the correction to the people of that time present, it happened instantaneously.
Right, it happened instantaneously.
Now,
that's the second sentence.
Yeah, let's correct it in a correct way according to the original text.
Okay.
Now, let me read it. Since the splitting of the moon was demonstrated as an evidence of prophethood, to the people of that time present, they were present that time.
To the people of that time.
How did you correct it before? Well, anyways.
Right, let's do it your way. Yeah.
Now, so, and happened instantaneously.
And happened instantaneously.
That's what the original text says, and we studied with friend here, H. Beza.
Yeah.
No, she knows Turkish. So read the Turkish, and we understood this. Now the people were there, didn't believe the message of the prophet. Explanation. The translation is okay. Now, didn't believe, and they wanted miracle. It doesn't happen normally, and generally it doesn't happen that if someone wants a miracle from a prophet, they don't straight away demonstrate the
miracles.
No.
Yeah.
Miracles happen. But this miracle of the moon, as narrated in the texts, original text, was to demonstrate to those people who don't believe in the message of the prophet, therefore deny the message. The purpose of the miracles are for those people.
Because they denied it?
They denied it. The purpose of the miracle is not for the people who have already believed it.
Right.
Now, whether they still denied it or not, it is not in the text. After seeing the miracle.
After seeing the
But the significance of this matter, and I am a bit strict about it, miracles are not for believers. Miracles are for non-believers of the message, so that they will take the message seriously. Why? This man is saying something, but although I don't accept it, but he is demonstrating something, claiming that it is not from me, not stating that it is not from me, it is from the creator of the universe. He is proving that I am employed by him. Take me seriously. That is very important. Study my text, but take it seriously. And then, if you don't accept it, that's another that's the option. Of course, no one can really act or have to act because there is a miracle. We can say, for example, as we understand, if a Buddhist monk demonstrates something that you and I cannot do, do you or will you believe whatever he says, or will you believe only what you can really accept and confirm it?
Right, whatever I can accept and confirm.
Not whatever he says, because you have seen the miraculous action.
Correct.
The simplest minded people, they admire monk life. And they say, oh, they are doing something extraordinary. So they must be a right people. And accept Buddhism, which doesn't believe in God. And the universe, you have to harmonize the universe, this black and white, embracing each other's symbol, Buddhist symbol.
Yin yang.
Yeah, yin yang. So they say, yeah, we have to also harmonize ourselves with the universe. Whatever, the simplistic way of understanding Buddhism, ideology or philosophy. But I don't accept it. Even he points his finger, and the sun, not the moon, the sun splits into two. One part is in the east, one part is in the west. I will say, yeah, that's something extraordinary, yeah, interesting. But there is no creator, this universe. Everything is spiritually ingrained in the universe itself. I say, no, it doesn't make sense. Sorry. That's what my understanding will be, because I know that even the simplest table cannot happen within itself accidentally. That's a conscious action.
Right.
So unless they present to me the idea that, or an understanding that the universe must have a creator, yeah, I take it seriously. and accept that, yes, must be a creator. How do you define the creator now? How do you present it? Or what can I do? How can I relate myself? How can I relate the universe to this creator? That would be my question.
It must logically make sense to me.
Yeah, it must convince me logically so that I will take it and present it to my feelings that, are you happy now? Are you happy? Does it really confirm my human reality?
Yeah.
And then it becomes belief. Miracles are for invitation. That's what we could not understand as Muslims as well in general.
For invitations, I like that.
Yeah, do you invitation to take it seriously? Yes, I would take it seriously if a man by his finger or his sign, anything he says, okay, split into two. It's all right. And with your finger or hand or your head, not whatever, doesn't matter really. Now, it is impossible, humanly explainable. Yeah, but at the same time, what does it mean? The prophet says, this is created by the creator of the universe, not me, as using this example, monk, my virtue. No, the creator of the universe who employed me to carry this message to you. He can do it because he is the creator of the universe. I understand.
Right.
But if a person comes, this is my power, I would say definitely magic. Your power, definitely magic. But the creator of the universe is doing it, possible. It's possible. But let me listen to you carefully now. What do you say? You said the creator did it. So the creator must speak in a way that the universe witnesses, my feeling, my logic accepts, confirms, my feelings will be satisfied and welcoming. These elements must unite.
I see.
That is what you missed yesterday. We talked about. Let me see. Beyza, Muaviye, Suheyl, and Feriha. Where is he? So, all right, that's it. Now, there are some questions.
Yes. So the question from Muawiyah is, can we define what miracle is? Because the Quran is also a miracle, and they denied it too.
They can deny.
Right.
Of course, denial or confirmation depends on human free will.
So the miracle.
Human free will, for example, I know smoking is harmful for me. None of your business, I am smoking. In a place, I was sitting.
Right.
On the floor in a somehow general public place. And a police woman came and said, I was having a discussion, online discussion. So police came to me, you cannot sit in this floor. I said, if it is harmful for me, I accept it. Go away, I am busy, I am in a conference. She said, no, not because of your health, because it is against the rule. Here is an hospital, and you cannot really sit on the hospital. It is against hygienics or whatever they call it. And your principles of the hospital. I said, that's hygiene. Okay then. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I can choose to harm myself. But miracle, that is why even the question infers it. Muawiyah's question. Miracles are taken by the Muslims as the proof of necessary existence. Then if someone demonstrates miracles, then we have to confirm what he says. That is what we have to understand. Miracles are just for invitation, as you said. There is something here.
Oh yeah, that was because the translation had it, which meant the message of the prophet, denying it.
The message of the prophet, yeah.
Right.
Where is the denying of it?
So we kind of removed it. It was in the original like in the
I
previous
see.
passage. Yeah.
The moon was demonstrated as an evidence of the prophethood to the people of the time
That denied it.
that the present or there,
That denied the message.
they deny the message. Yes, yes, yes.
Present.
That is why the text, original text said. So we can ask Muawiyah if he understood the distinction really.
Right. Okay, yeah. So in a way, basically he did understand. So to reconsider whatever their denial was, basically, right?
Whatever they do, of course, after miracles, we will see what they do, what they will do. Because many people who denied the message at the beginning, but sometimes later, some of them 1 year later, some of them 10 years later, 15 years later, accepted it. That is something else.
Right.
Never in this creation, we understand that God, Allah, never forces people to accept or not. Human free will is absolutely free within a certain area. Especially belief matters cannot be imposed. It is against human nature anyway. If someone forces me to believe that something is true, that if he is going to kill me, I may say, okay, I believe that. But never, no. It is personal conviction. I think that's clear.
I think, alhamdulillah, that's clear, yes. So this miracle happened at night when most people were asleep. There were obstacles hindering the sighting of this miracle, such as mist, clouds, and time differences between different parts of the world. At that time, science and civilization were not widespread, and observation of the skies was very limited. And since the event itself was exceptional, there was therefore nothing to necessitate that the splitting of the moon should have been seen all over the world and passed into the general histories. All right. Any questions or thoughts on this first answer? So I'm wondering, okay, so it was exceptional, so it doesn't necessitate this event be passed into the histories, right? So this event, it wouldn't help anyone because the message has to be convincing first, and all those events that have happened that are listed in histories, maybe the tsunamis or earthquakes that are recorded in history. There are many extraordinary events that happen. Yeah.
Now, for example, who notices what's happening to the moon in New York? No one. Almost no one.
Right.
Is it true?
Yeah. All right. So we'll go to the first point. The extreme stubbornness of the unbelievers there at that time is well known and is recorded in history. And yet, when the all-wise Quran announced this event to the whole world, so the all-wise Quran announced the event to the whole world, or
That's
for us now, afterward.
Yeah, that is one way of understanding the ayah. There are many other scholars who understand in other ways. So it is not our subject, but it is recorded in the Quran, and one way of understanding it is related to moon splitting. If that is miracle, depends on hadith narrations.
Okay.
But Quranic verse is very clear. Not mentioning miracle or anything.
Right.
So when shaqqal qamar.
Right.
Qamar split. That's it.
Shakkal Kamar, right? The hour is near and the moon is split. But if they see a sign, they turn away and say, this is evident magic. Sirrun
اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر.
Shakkal Kamar.
But some people say this is the description of
the miracle.
No, some people, great many scholars say this is the description of what will happen. There are other ayats also mentioning the stars will be scattered, the mountains will be like the cotton spread around.
I see.
Now, but none of them is related to the miracle of the Prophet. But because of the hadith narrations, this ayah is related, referring to the miracle of the Prophet, but some of them says not necessarily so. We have to know it. So if you hear that as a man who's maybe knowledgeable may say, no, it's nothing to do with the miracle, don't say no.
Okay.
Because there is maybe more than half of scholars say no.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
So they're related to the hereafter, like that.
The description of this, what will happen during the doomsday. Let's say it, Qiyamah.
Right.
There are many of them. إذا الشمس كورت وإذا السماء فطرت. These are the descriptions of, and also this إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا يوم ينفخ في الصور فتأتون أفواجا وفتحت السماء فكانت أبوابا. The universe opened as if doors are opening on top of each other. You're going to a big house, for example, main entrance, and then another entrance, and then reception, and then to the garden, another. So layer by layer of the
skies are opening up.
Yeah, وفتحت السماء أبوابا. There was another verse. إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا يوم ينفخ في الصور فتأتون أفواجا وفتحت السماء فكانت أبوابا وسيرت الجبال فكانت سرابا. Sarab, like imaginary thing. How do you say image? No, mirage.
Oh, mirage.
The mountains spread like mirage. Oh, there was a mountain here. Oh, it's not here anymore. You go and say there is seem to be there is water there. These are very deep description that we have. So what does it mean? Like a setup, it means mirage. There are many descriptions. Yeah, but only the moon. These are the descriptions of, they say, the signs of the doomsday, last day. They say.
Okay, so yes, and yet when the all-wise Quran announced this event to the whole world through saying, and the moon is split, not one of those unbelievers who denied the Quran spoke up to give the lie to this verse. That is, not one of them denied the event it was announcing.
Yeah, but they didn't say this verse, although it is understood in this way because of the following sequence of the verse. There is the possibilities. It's not only this one, but because of the possibility that it may refer to the miracle. If you read the original text here, the ayah
54, 1 and 2.
Yeah. اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر وإن يروا آية يعرضوا يقولوا سحر مستمر. Read the translation from the very beginning. I think we didn't pay much attention to the beginning.
So the hour is near and the moon is split. But if they see a sign, they turn away.
Yeah.
And say,
ayatan.
This is evident magic.
They say evident magic. They say, it refers to the miracle. Because they always referred the miraculous events that the Prophet demonstrated as magic.
I see.
That is why another group of scholars say, no, it is really mentioning about the miracle narrations and it is related to the miracle. Now, it means that in principle, we have to understand, if the Quran can be understood without, how do you say, going against the principles of Arabic, without contradicting the Arabic grammar, without contradicting the Arabic grammar, if the verse allows the reader to understand this way or another way or another way, even the fourth way, that is meant to be. That is the miraculous side of the Quran. The scholars may say this, another one say that. No, another one say that. Let's assume that they all interpreted the verse according to without contradicting, rejecting the rule of Arabic main principle.
Right.
Understood the verse
differently.
This is not differences of opinion. This is not really, we can say, look, one of them says this, the other one says this. No, they have nothing to do with each other. The other one says, this is the sign of doomsday. The other one says, no, it is related to a miracle. That's what they say, sihr-i mustamir. Yeah, isn't that sihr-i?
Sihr-i mustamir.
Yeah, sihr-i mustamir, yeah.
Sihr-i mustamir.
So it means we keep seeing this sort of things. Now Muhammad is demonstrating this is just it is his
magic. Yeah.
Magic. Yeah. That's what they say. So to understand this verse in different ways, any verse of the Quran, we may think that in general, especially when you go into details, really sometimes you see 20 different opinions about one verse. Rare though 20, but 3, 4 is very usual. In one of them, there was a scholar who listed 20 different opinions by different scholars. But none of them said, your interpretation is contrary to Arabic grammar.
I see.
Or Arabic principles of balagha and grammar, rhetoric and grammar. All of them interpret within the principles. So we cannot say that, no, the scholars couldn't agree on the meaning. It means, what does it mean? It is like, not flexible. How did they say? Resilient. This way, this way, this way. But that's okay as well. That's okay. No. It is within the principles. It is not arbitrary.
I see. But
point of view. So point of view, there may be many other reasons. For example, hadith narrations. For example, human nature. For example, human way of reasoning. I reason in this way. These are not differences of opinions. These are the differences ingrained in the nature of the verse itself. It is meant to be. There is a very important principle in rhetoric. Apart from grammar principles, rhetoric principles are another but they are much, much more wider and deeper than grammar principles. To have so much detail. Grammar is comparatively easy, but rhetoric is more difficult. But people were very hardworking people, mashallah. We appreciate them. Now, they understood in different ways, and none of them blamed that the other one is wrong. They say, yes, that is possible, but this is the point here. The other one said, yes, yours is possible, but what I'm saying is the point. It means Allah revealed a language such an amazing way that gives the options to different understandings, and we have inherited these understandings as long as it doesn't contradict
The
a basic principle
of
of
Arabic
belief.
Okay.
And Arabic grammar and rhetoric, principles of rhetoric.
Okay.
So it doesn't contradict. It means it is really the pleasure of receiving a treasure. One of them is gold. The other one is pearls. The other one is, how do you say, almond. What are the names of the precious?
Okay.
Precious stones.
Right.
This is how it is. We have to say
Emerald, you mean?
emerald.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Now, we have to understand that this is a sign that Allah revealed in a language, His message in a language that allows every society, every age can take one meaning appropriate to its conditions. Within the Quran, that is meant to be. We have to understand. And another aspect, which is not related to our subject now, so far it is related. Another aspect is that we have to remember, when Quran uses a language which says they, it means universal message. At any time, any kind of understanding which falls into this understanding is meant to be. So this is who are they? Depends on whoever follows this way described in the Quran, whatever the verse is. It is meant to be. So it is the principle of the rhetoric again. If a word is used not within a specific meaning, but possible to explain in any way and refer to anything. For example, anybody at any time, this kind of understandings and duties, responsibilities are usually presented in the Quran with not specifications. And that is one thing. That is meant to be. Everybody can find himself there if they deny or if they believe. For example, if they are ready to submit themselves or not, they will say, that is mentioning to me. That's why I joke, Quran mentions about me. Because everybody can read the Quran speaking to himself personally. That is what the Quran should be read. Another thing is, that is important in understanding the Quran. When Quran doesn't mention and doesn't give any specific instruction, that is meant to be. It means silence of the Quran has much, much more meaning than when it is stated. Why? Silence of the Quran means, look, I have given you the principles. Now you can apply my principles and understand what you are going to do. How are you going to understanding according to your intention. That is why it is left to the reader. But reader is given the guideline. Like a person tells you where you want to go. I want to go such and such mosque. Where is it? It is this way. Go right and left, and then okay. What does it do? That's it. Whether you go, you don't go, that's up to you. That's principles are given to you. Principles are given to us. Whether we follow it or not, that's up to us. If the principle itself is not given about one particular subject, the principles presented in the Quran is the subject that we have to follow. So, Constitution is there.
Right.
You will write the law according to the conditions. Can you write a law, a law book or principles contradicting the Constitution? You will be returned back. Understood? The Quran's way is like this. Quran's presentation is like this. That is why we have to be careful when we read the translation. It means one way of understanding the verse is what the translation refers to us.
I see.
There are many other ways, in details, many more other ways of understanding. That's what we have to say, yeah, what I'm reading is right, but not the only right. That is what we have to do.
Alhamdulillah, that was very beautiful. Any other thoughts by anyone? All right.
Rules are the same, you know. There are different madahib.
Right.
Of course, mainly accepted for madahib, but in fact, more. But famous now, the others faded away.
Right.
Well, maybe in the books that no one reads them. Some people say this or that. We may not say, scholars didn't agree about anything. Seems to be. It means, which kind of religion is it? Must be strict. You know, this is it. No, religion is flexible. The universal message must be flexible. And the Constitution must be as concise as possible. Is it the principle? And the most concise Constitution is the best successful Constitution. Gives way to
Interpretation.
larger interpretation and larger practice. So you don't need to change the things in the amendment upon, because it's very concise, so that you can take this way. Yes, it is in the Constitution. You can take another way. But yes, it is in the Constitution. But you can never contradict the spirit of Constitution. That is what we can apply this understand to the Quran. We shouldn't be restricted. You know, Hanafi is true, or Maturidi is true, your Ash'ari is true. For example, Hanbali is true, especially these Sufi people say, definitely, Hanbali is true, the others are trash. No, we say, yes, Christianity has some truth in it. Judaism, Torah has some truth in it. We confirm. And Shafi is true if you follow. Hanafi is true if you follow. Don't worry about it. All of them are true, and all of them are meant to be. That's why the Prophet didn't interpret the Quran. Didn't write a tafsir.
Right.
But if they ask question, Occasionally, he answered, but usually information side. But later on, soon after the death of the Prophet, Ibn Abbas, Aisha, Ibn Umar, Ibn Mas'ud, Abu Huraira, and they are young people. These are young people. They learned the Quran and interpret and presented and educated the people. Now, you see many differences of opinions between Ibn Abbas and
Right.
Ibn Umar.
Right.
And most of the time Aisha as well.
Mm.
So they have also, Aisha also has different understandings and presented it. That's how they understood it. Ibn Abbas is the most famous one, recorded everything, but in the very early tafsir, Ibn Umar, Ibn Mas'ud also said something different than Ibn Abbas. What does it mean? That is meant to be. Depending on your conditions, you take one of them, not arbitrary. Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
We have to be also flexible, in the community. Someone may practice something or understand in another way, unless it contradicts the essence of the teaching of the Quran.
Makes sense. All right. Where was I? Okay, first we were reading the first point.
For example, this word is sign, ayah.
Right.
When ayah, then if they see, or if they see a sign, some of them, what does it mean, sign? An ayah. The other one is, no, sign in creation. The other one says sign in miracle. So how is it translated?
This is a sign.
Well, for example, in original, it says when they see a miracle. But how is it translated here?
A sign.
A sign, yeah. But in original, they say when they see a miracle, and then they turn away. Look,
interesting.
Understood mucize.
Mucize,
yeah, miracle. But this translates.
It's more generic, yeah. General.
A sign. But we know that Quran at least mean by three meaning at the same time. The ayah, when they say an ayah in the Quran.
The verse in the Quran.
Yeah, a verse in the Quran.
The creation, universe.
The ayah in the creation, because Quran uses ayah for these all purposes. And also miracles, prophetic miracles.
Right.
Someone show us an ayah, for example, ayah. The verse says, what does it mean?
Show us a miracle.
Do something extraordinary. And on the spot, never comes. Because they will say, the prophet is doing. Himself is doing. But we said, no. It is on the, for example, when this very famous, وَيَقُولُونَ مَتَى هَذَا الْوَعْدُ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Would you say that, the day will come and everything will be destroyed? Where is it? Come on. Tell us. Yeah, if you are
tell the
telling
truth,
truth.
right?
He says, what the following verse says, هَذَا الْوَعْدُ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ قُلْ إِنَّمَا الْعِلْمُ عِندَ اللَّهِ. Say, ilm, knowledge of this sign of day or time, with Allah, not me. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it. When they say, show us a miracle, it's not me who's going to do it. What are you doing? If the Creator creates it, it's up to him, not me. And Allah. With Allah.
And Allah, yeah.
قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا نَذِيرٌ مُبِينٌ. Tell them, I am only warners.
Yeah.
This will happen.
Clear warner.
Now you will die one day. Then your qiyamah, your day, doomsday occurred that time. So that is why, because I heard a person who's modern day professor in tafsir saying that the prophet was challenged, but he didn't understand, although he is a tafsir professor. The prophet always challenged, come on, bring a miracle, bring a miracle. In none of the cases in the Quran demonstrated it.
Mm.
Demonstrated it. This is what we have to read, this first important sentence. Since the splitting of the moon was demonstrated as an evidence of prophethood to people of that time who denied the message. That's what we corrected the translation.
Right.
Who denied the message and happened instantaneously.
Right.
It doesn't mean that they asked for a miracle and it happened. No. It's a sign for them. For those people who denied the message. It's a sign for them. But usually the Quran presents it. Our science in creation is not enough. Isn't that enough? Okay, sometimes I give, as I want, miraculous creation to the prophets, but don't misunderstand, prophets are not the creators of the miracles. That is a main problem in Christianity. They mostly believe in Jesus
as the miracle guy
because of his miracles, thinking that he presented it.
Right.
He made it. That's why they say he's God. I believe if Jesus was the maker, creator of the miracles, yes, he has some godhood. It means divine power. But we understand from the Quran, bi'idhnillah. It means with the permission of Allah. Only Allah creates it. That's why no one can make shafa'ah illa bi'idhnillah. Bi'idhnih. His permission.
Right.
That is what we have to understand. The creator is Allah. I can pray only. That's it. I cannot force God. Now, do it what I am asking you. And especially if we pray Allah, saying as if we take that attitude, come on, do it now, come on, do it now, it never happens. It contradicts the spirit of prayer. It contradicts the spirit of neediness. I am needy, but you have to obey me, as if. But which kind of neediness that you are ordering God to do something for you? Ordering. But I am presenting to you, that's up to you. I leave it to you. I trust your wisdom. That is the spirit of prayer. Admitting your neediness, period. Now, I have been praying, something will happen, and it doesn't happen. And if you do it in expectation of that it will happen, it doesn't happen. Declaration of my neediness, prayer is this. Exactly the same thing goes on in, or is valid for expecting the prophets and asking them to perform miracles. So Jesus is misunderstood, and everybody misunderstands Jesus as having some sort of divine power. Whatever the way they interpret, some of them extreme, God on earth, some of them no, representative of whatever they do, but more than 2 billion people in the world declares their Christian religious identity, not practice, identity, just because Jesus is an extraordinary man, performed something only divine power can do. we have to be extremely careful about the miracles that the prophets manifest or demonstrate, that it is nothing to do with my belief. It is nothing to do with the prophets themselves. Just invitation, drawing my attention. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's finish this first point.
Let's finish the first point, inshallah. We start the day.
So, and yet when the all-wise Quran announced this event to the whole world through saying, and the moon is split,
Where are we reading from the beginning?
the first,
That we can
yeah,
follow.
sure, yeah, and not one of
No,
those.
the first point.
First point, the extreme stubbornness of the unbelievers there at that time is well known and is recorded in history. And yet, when the all-wise Quran announced this event to the whole world through saying, and the moon is split, not one of those unbelievers who denied the Quran
Yeah, but who unbelievers who denied the Quran. Yeah.
spoke up,
Not the miracle.
right,
Who denied the Quran.
right,
Correct. Yeah.
spoke up to give the lie to this verse. That is not one of them denied the event it was announcing.
That time.
The verse was announcing, denied the event.
Yeah, it was announcing that moon is split.
Mm-hmm.
Split according to Hadith narrations, a miracle happened.
Right, but they're saying not one of them denied it.
It was announced. No. No. They denied that this happened.
Okay.
Not that they denied the message.
They denied this event.
No.
No.
They didn't deny the event.
Okay.
Because they didn't deny the event, that is what Nusi says. They didn't deny the event, but they denied the message. But afterwards, not that it is a miracle. That is what it says happened, but it is magic. It is magic, or is it translated?
Right, magic. Yes, it is magic.
Yeah. This event magic. This is event magic. Yeah, magic event. Yeah. They said, well, it's sihr.
So basically, they said it is magic. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So the translation is wrong then denied the event.
No, no. Denied the event as a miracle.
Okay.
Now, they didn't deny the event itself. So they say, oh, this verse says the moon is split, but it didn't. No, there was no such thing. Because those people who saw it,
right,
as an eyewitnesses, narrated to others.
Yeah. So they couldn't deny the event because they saw it.
No, the event.
Right. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. So not one of them denied the event it was announcing.
Let's say when it was announced.
Right.
Yeah.
If the event had not been considered as a definite fact by the unbelievers at that time, they would have taken the verse as a pretext, denied it in a most fearsome manner.
Yeah, as an excuse, pretext is an excuse. And then, oh, you said deny the moon is split, but it did. Right. No one saw it. Come on, what are you talking about? And they will say, you see, the Quran is not right.
Oh, okay, that's what you say. Denied it as a pretext, denied it in a fearsome manner, and tried to attack and overthrow Muhammad's peace and blessings be upon him claim to prophethood. However, the biographies of the Prophet and histories mentioning the event relate nothing to suggest that the unbelievers denied it.
The event.
The event, denied the
took
event,
place.
right? The event.
But they denied that it is miracle.
Magic. Or,
No, they denied that it is a miracle. But they said it is just magic.
right.
But it happened. But according to them, as a magic happened. But
see.
it happened.
I see.
That's what Nursi says in the first point.
Okay.
They didn't believe the miracle, but they confirmed or
that the
they
event
didn't
happened,
deny
right?
the event happened.
Okay. But they couldn't, they still denied the verse, basically. In a way.
Otherwise, they would deny the verse
Right.
mentioning that the spoon is.
If there was no such event that happened,
Yeah. But what are you talking
it
about?
further justifies their denial, basically. They say, what are you talking? Yeah. So the only thing that history relates is the verse, and they say this is evident magic. Points out, so they say this is evident magic.
That is acceptance of the event took place.
Right. The unbelievers who saw the event declared it to be magic and said that if the caravans in other places had seen it, it was true. Otherwise, he had bewitched them, basically, with the magic. Right. So the caravans arriving the following morning from Yemen and other places announced that they had seen such a happening.
Because the caravans usually
travel at night. Right.
And they are always, their
Following
eyes
the
are
moon.
always in the sky because this is the GPS.
Yeah.
GPS of that time.
So like, what's going on? Yeah.
So they are expected to see it as well.
Interesting.
But they are not, their eyes are not bewitched.
Right.
They were away. So history narrates.
The only thing that history relates, so basically, So from Yemen announced that they had seen such a happening. So the unbelievers then said of the pride of all the worlds, peace be upon him, that God forbid the magic of Abu Talib's orphan had affected the heavens.
So the unbelievers then said of the pride of all the worlds. It means the Prophet Muhammad, that God forbid, but of course we don't accept this. He means the magic of Abu Talib's orphan, not the Prophet.
Right.
You see, they didn't believe in miracle and had affected the heavens, not us. They thought us, but caravans confirmed it.
Right.
Abu Talib. Magic.
It happened.
It's, let me see. This narration is Ibn Hajar.
Ibn Hajar Bayhaqi. Yeah.
Delail al-Mu'min. Bayhaqi Ibn Hajar, Fathul Bari. Okay, that is first point.
Yep. So that's the first point. I think we can stop here for today, inshallah, and continue with the second point.
Friends,
any thoughts or comments by anyone? All right, no comments. It's interesting actually to understand the miracles are not for belief matters, basically. Right?
It can't be.
Right, yeah.
So if someone does something extraordinary, we can believe whatever. But general public, if they see somebody is karame, they say.
Yeah, saints, basically.
That's it.
Yeah.
Whatever he says is true.
Yeah.
But of course, Nursi makes it, did we stop?
No, we didn't stop there. Yeah.
What Nursi explains that, yes, that is a sign of mercy. If someone, sign of virtue, and that this person is really somehow noticeable. We have to take notice of him. But they are, that Allah has many names. If someone gets closer to Allah, wali means that close, friend.
Friend, yeah.
Wali means close friend.
Mhm.
If somebody confirms Allah and realizes and believes in Allah perfectly because of his adalah. The other one is because of his wisdom. The other one is because of his hayy. He is the creator of hayat. Look at this life. Now, one name connects them to Allah and makes them close to Allah, friends. It means he is absolutely sure in the existence of Allah because of he is the Adil one. It means just. He creates everything with justice. Now, and he is giving karamah as a, how do you say?
Blessing or
Blessing banquet. Banquet is an, okay, you did wonderful. Let me give you a medal or prize as a prize. Now, just to encourage human beings, that is what Allah does. All right. But it doesn't mean that, for example, a person became wali, awliyaullah, it is very famous. Is famous in Urdu?
yeah.
Awliyaullah. So the plural of wali is awliya.
Right.
So it is original word is wali or wuliya.
Aliya.
No, waliya. So original word is wali. There are many tawalla, turn away, lots of derivations have different meanings. This is a very rich meaning, this word. But one of them is, yes, getting closer to being a close friend of Allah. That's correct. One of them means this, and that's correct. So this man realizes that the universe demonstrates that its source of existence must be a just one. Perfect. Now, and shows karama, but he is not as much aware as his wisdom. Wise. Because that's a deep penetration of understanding the manifestation of God's wisdom.
Right. So justice was focused
No,
on.
justice is the main point. For example, this very famous Abdul Qadir Jilani was expert on high qayyum, which is really very important, by the way, and Nursi accepts it. So high qayyum. Imam Ali is narrated, Ferdun high qayyum. Hakem, Ferdun hayyun, kayyumun, hakemun, adlun, kuddus. So high kuddus is here, but adil as well, Imam Ali, and hikam as well, wisdom, and fair, absolute oneness. Essence of absolute, no. His essence is absolute oneness, fair. No peer at all. Absolute oneness. Now, the 6 names. So every scholar or every person in this field, experts, have 1 or 2 names, makes them clear, connect to God. For example, Nursi says, risale-i Nur, Hakim, Rahim. Not a principle, but the main principles are wisdom, hikmah in creation, and in the creation of human beings and creation, and hikmah in the Quran. All looks at, it says risale, looks at the universe, the human being, and the Quran as manifesting hikmah primarily. That's what it appears. So, and Rahim, mercy, compassion. How that's why the Risale describes the universe is nothing but the manifestation of mercy. Freely given. Now, this is very human. I cannot be expert on all subjects, physics, chemistry, sociology, I don't know, medicine, mathematics, language, or literature. I can't have one or two, at the most three, maybe, if someone is genius. So, for example, can you go and ask a person who has been educated in medicine about, let's say, mathematics, about sociology? They know nothing of sociology, but doctors are really, they don't know what's going on. Economics. Where is he? Suhail, economics. It's very difficult to know what's going on. Political maneuvers. Do you know anything about it? Yes, he's paying attention to it. So, but in profession-wise, can you go and ask a doctor, for example, which kind of brand name of car you should buy?
It's not their specialty, yeah.
Now that's why the way Evliya is the same.
Yes.
If you have a person that known to you and have seen his karame, his they call it wonder working. What of course Allah gives. Ikram. Ikram means what? Blessing. Yeah? Allah's blessing. So you go and say that which car shall I buy? Which wife or husband shall I take? What I'm talking about, it has nothing to do with it. But Muslim population, if a person is wali, demonstrates the keramet, that's it. Everything is referred to him. That is what we have to be aware of, inshallah. I'm sure you do, but for the recordings, it is better if someone has this.
Yeah, we don't talk about these things much. Yeah, thank you.
Practical.
Yeah.
Inshallah. It is useful. So I want to hear our friends' comments.
Any thoughts by anyone or?
How did you make the recording? Is it on my name? Did you record the class?
Yeah, this is being recorded on YouTube.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's stop it and talk about it.
All right, so we'll stop here. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma alamtana innaka anta alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati